The fragrance freak is once again back in town. If you're new here, I'm Alan with 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, and this channel is all about sharing the joy of candle making. Now, today's video I'm excited about, but I really have no idea what we're doing besides the fact that I got this mystery box from Lark that I think is gonna be like an advent calendar, but I don't really know. I think the fragrances might not even be named. Now, this is a cool company because they're based in Canada. So I know I have a lot of you guys watching from Canada that want my different recommendations. And this company, I have reviewed them on the channel once before, and I had a lot of positive things to say about them. I thought a lot of their oils, at least in my last review, and I'll link that above, were very sophisticated. I can't wait to take a look at these, but if you are new, hi, my name's Alan. I did that clap too early. I'm a little bit obsessed with fragrances. There we go. And proud. Oh my God. I'm so excited to smell this one. You guys, this is gonna be such a fun break from doing homework. For those of you who don't know, I'm a chemistry major and I love chemistry. However, it is a lot of homework. And yeah, so I'm really excited to unbox this. I have no idea what we're gonna get, but I'm gonna flip you guys around. All right, I'm gonna just drop the packing slip. We got biodegradable packing peanuts. You guys know that is my gold standard. What in the world is in here? I have no idea. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, what is this? This looks so, it has like such a sleek feel to it. Oh hey, okay. I have no idea what this is, you guys. Okay. All right, you guys, I am so intrigued. I don't even know what's inside of here. I know there's fragrance oils. Couple quick disclaimers. I do want to say these are just my first impressions, so you always want to do your own, and you always want to test in a final product before you have any final impressions. These are just my first impressions out of the bottle, just like if you walked into a fragrance store and you smelled fragrance oils or candles. That is exactly what these videos are, and they're very fun because you get to literally get my first reactions, and you all know they're for better or for worse. But yeah, fragrance is very subjective, so something that I really like, you might not like, and something that you really like, I might put on my fails list. But let's get right in here. Oh my God, you guys, do you all see this? I love this kind of punk rock packaging. This is really cool. Sniff responsibly. Contents may cause obsession. All right, so we have, I don't know if these are gonna be, they're not named. Okay, you all, so here's their little fragrance card. I wonder what this says. I'll show you first. You can screenshot if you want. Welcome to Lark Fragrance Oil Advent Calendar. Yes, okay. This is apparently their 3rd annual. Part fragrance drop, part naming competition, all obsession, whether you're here to name or just nose around. How to play. Okay, so as soon as your calendar arrives, send us a DM on Instagram. Let us know which account you'll be using to submit fragrance name ideas. This helps us track your entries. Okay, so we're gonna be like guessing. There's no name, so we don't even know. We don't even know what we're gonna be getting. So we're gonna name them right on here. Like that's, I'm excited. Open 1 pouch per day. Well, we're gonna open all of them. Sorry, Lark. Start with pouch number 1 on September 1st and follow the numbers in order. 1 per day, no peeking. We're gonna cheat. We get it, the temptation is real. By the way, if you hear piano, I'm sorry, I have family members over and they are practicing. One of them's practicing the piano right now. Sniff it. Each fragrance is completely new and has no name. The pouch is only labeled with the day it should be opened. Okay, take a deep inhale, sit with it, obsess over it, let it whisper its name to you, name it. Okay, so we're gonna name all of them right on here. So here's day 1, and this is literally all we have, is just day 1. Look at this packaging. I will say though, this does wipe off real easily. So, and in my bottles from them the last time, there was some leakage. So I really like it, but I would say, you know, maybe take a look at that because you definitely want to be able to read your fragrance oil bottle. All right. I hope this video is usable because I can hear that piano really loud. We might have to just cut the background audio. Okay, so as you can see, there's nothing on here. I will put the fragrance notes up on the screen if I have fragrance notes. I don't even know if they'll provide that information. So I might just be telling you day one, here's what I'm getting. Ooh. Wow. Okay, this is refreshing and clean in a very elevated way. I'm getting some different berry notes. Definitely leans like walking into a fancy hotel type of a berry or walking into a fancy spa. I also get kind of some earthier, woodier notes to this one. Wow. If I were to name this, wow, this has got some really elevated base notes to it as well the more it dries down. So normally with fragrance oils, when you first smell them, you get hit with the top notes. Wow, and I just whacked myself in the face with the strip. Wow, yeah, the base to this is really developed. Like there's some leathers and some different woods to this. This is actually just striking me as really fancy hotel. I'm getting like a mountain quality to it at the same time, and that's what's throwing me off with coming up with a name. I might even just call this like Reverie. Wow. This is like a dream. Like it has almost this periwinkle color to it for me. And I'm getting that partly from the mountain air and like the mist qualities to it. Because this smells like a type of air. But also, wow, I just whacked myself with that. It has this grounded quality too because it's so well balanced. This is what I wanted to get from that fragrance by 𝗏𝗏 that I reviewed. I'll put the name up on the screen. This really develops the middle character while still keeping this ozonic aesthetic to it. It borderlines aquatic even. I would beg to say there's some sea salt in this as well. I might call this one the Boardwalk. Or this also could lean like the Hamptons because you're getting this kind of urban-esque but yet beachy feel. And you're getting these different kind of blue periwinkle toned aquatic vibes to it. Yeah, the Boardwalk. Next, let's take a look at day number 2. Since we're doing our whole advent calendar in one day. All right. This is nice. You also get the IFR categories on here, but absolutely no fragrance notes. So again, I don't even know if I'll have those to put up for you, but I'm curious what they're gonna end up calling these. Day number 2, I can smell something that seems kind of fruity like a foot away. I love this. This is not like anything I've done before on the channel. All right, here goes day number 2. Oh, no, this is smoky. This is reminiscent of 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻 harvested sumac and Campfire. But it combines that with actually, it seems like a little bit more powder. I do wish the powder were a bit more toned down in this, but it may come through more in a candle. Yeah, for something like this, I would go like the Birchwood Bonfire or yeah, because you're getting, it's like a campfire, like a torched, almost like a white marshmallow note, but it's in a more upscale way. And it does have a smoky quality, but it also has kind of a fresh quality. I bet there's some guaiac wood in this, a really rich base for sure. And definitely like some, yeah, like almost something that's like tonka in the base as well, because you're getting, I do wish there were less powder in this though. I am getting a lot of powder. It's in a similar way though to 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻's, oh my God, did you guys see that whack? It's in a similar way to 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻's sumac and Campfire fragrance. Yeah, I think I would call this like the Fireside Story or just Fireside Stories. or Fireside Forest lore, or Fireside Forest. Yeah, Fireside Forest, day number 2. All right, let's take a look at day number 3. Absolutely no information, but I'm just gonna show you what I can see. Ooh, I have 4 minutes left on this camera battery, yikes. Or no, it's my memory card. Okay. I'm gonna have to change that out, but let's see if we can do day number 3. Here we go. Ooh. Lemon verbena, citrus, really citrusy, kind of sweet. I'd call this one day at the spa. Yeah. Or the lemon tree. Very, very citrusy in a sweet kind of lemon verbena type of a way. Really hits you over the head with this beautiful lemon character that borderlines on lemon candy, but it's got such an authentic like Calabrian lemon to it that to me it's more day at the spa. So day number 3, day at the spa. All right, let's take a look at day number 4. This has been really, really different than anything I've done. I'm very curious like how accurate my nose is with the fragrance notes on these. Like I'm curious. I don't look at the notes though before I film any videos. It's just that on these, like there's not even names. So that's what's, like I have nothing to go by. This is really fun. Okay, it's like mystery food, taste test. Here goes day number 4. I really hope this is postable. That piano, like it's loud. Okay, day number 4. Oh, interesting. This is, ooh, what does this remind me of? Yeah, this is like an almond amaretto type of a vibe. That's what I'm getting from this. It leans gourmand in like an almond type of a way, not really a cookie. Oh, this is an upscale gourmand. Yeah, it's an amaretto. I would call this like tea and cookies. Or what am I thinking of, you guys? Not Magdalene, Amaretto Madeline? Something like that. But this is more like Amaretto night. Amaretto evening. Evening Amaretto. That's my final submission. Day number 4. This is one of the most luxe, upscale takes on an amaretto. Or it could be just like an upscale to kind of vanilla. But it's not really, there's definitely some vanilla in this, but it's more, I'm getting kind of this annatto, amaretto, almondy vibe. Yeah, evening amaretto. Here we go with day number 5. I cannot get enough of this packaging, you guys. I love the colors. I think that the finish on the box, it's just so well done. I love the face. Okay. Day number 5. We can see that we can see the vanillin content in the flash point, which gives us very little information. Oh. So, this is probably my least favorite of anything I've smelled so far. I'm getting something, it's a complex fragrance. There's definitely some spice notes to this. Like, yeah, there's like some star anise and maybe a little bit of cinnamon and clove. It's more of an exotic spice. My guess is there's a lot of star anise to this one and some cardamom. and maybe like a little bit of nutmeg or something. There seems like there's a plum note in here. I feel like I'm getting something just like really dark purple coming through, and then all these other spices. The dark plum tea. Yeah, it has like the star anise, but then also this dark, really dark purple vibe. Or I would call it dark plum and amber. But I would want the word spice in there somewhere. Yeah, I was gonna say the sassy dark plum. Not to be confused with the sassy pumpkin, one of my favorite fragrances. But yeah, dark plum, or call it like parchment plum. And then just let the description of the fragrance tell the story. I feel like this brand really leans elevated, and it's so intriguing to me because of all the different fragrances, and I just knocked over everything. Wow. Of all the different fragrance oils I have smelled, I don't think that anything's like a direct copy. These are very inspired takes. And that's what I found with this brand initially. Like if I were in Canada, this would hands down be my go-to supplier. Just because the fragrances, they seem really prominent. If you've tried them in candles, please leave a comment. But I just think that they're so inspired. So anyways, here goes day 6. Oh, this reminds me of, hold on. Yeah, this reminds me of day 2. They both strike me. I'm just gonna do a side by side. Okay, here's day 6. Really reminds me of 𝗏𝗟𝗄𝗧 harvested sumac and Campfire. Day 2 is very similar, but actually day 6 reminds me more of that. Yeah, wow. I would call it like still woods, or no, I would call it quiet woods and Campfire, day number 6, because I'm getting this smoky character. There's less of a marshmallow tinge to it. I feel like this one is they're both pretty good, but I feel like that day 6 is a more sophisticated take on day 2. It has a lot of elements of bonfire, but not a smoke in your hair, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know how hard I am on fragrances. Bonfire fragrances that smell more like your hair after you've been at a bonfire than they do a bonfire. It's got all these woody, earthy notes to it, but then kind of like some dry berries, maybe a little bit of cacao, some tonka. All right, day 7. Ooh, I can smell something like a foot away with this one. These are 2 ounces as well, just so you guys can see. I think that's really nice. It gives you a little bit more fragrance to be able to really test. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. Fruitier. Fruity in an earthy way. Okay, what type of fruit is this? I'm getting some different citruses. It's kind of a more novelty fruity scent. You're getting citruses, maybe some apple, maybe some plum. There's definitely a little bit of spice playing around here. This is like a simmering pot with like wassail in it. Very much reminiscent of that. Or you could equally brand this as like an autumn leaves, and yeah, it could be a straight autumn leaves, but you're getting something a little bit more in there. There's a little bit of like more of an elevated fruity note than you would get in an autumn leaves. Those are typically more of a spice note combined with a nectar, combined with a little bit of fruit. And I really am getting all that with this. I think I would definitely brand this one autumn if it were me. Well, you could also just call it the Arboretum and have it year round if you're a tree freak. I was gonna say something else, like me. But you could also just call this one like wassail. It's festive, it's warm. Like you could do this at Christmas time. There's a strong like cinnamon note, clove note. But again, I'm getting this nectary note, this berry note that's really reminding me of like autumn leaves. It has this storybook autumn vibe. It's got a little bit of the earth and the dirt to it as well. And I love that, you guys. You guys know I live for that. This is really, really effective. I feel like there's a bayberry to this maybe as well. Autumn leaves and earth. Final submission, day number 7. Ooh. This smells like a fancy shampoo. To me personally, I want to get a little bit more on the strip. This is lighter than I would expect, given the character of it. Oh, this smells really, really expensive though. It has a soapier quality, and usually I feel like that is kind of a negative thing. In this case, this feels like very expensive, something you'd find in a very expensive hotel bathroom or a really fancy salon. Wow, okay. Yeah, it's earthy and there's kind of like this clean quality to it. I think I'd call this one Clean Cotton Cashmere. Yeah, there's some type of a luxe textile feel to this. So it's an accord. There's a bunch of different notes, probably some different berry notes and some different like woodier, earthier notes in the base and some cleaner ozonic notes in the top. But this really strikes me as upscale textile. But it has that kind of, not really clean cotton. It's more of an upscale textile like a cashmere. Oh, not my favorite at all. Definitely my least favorite. What am I even smelling? It's really hitting me over the head with something kind of leafy. Yeah, there's gotta be some really bright, like cilantro to this or something. Like a green note that's, to me, really overthrown. But that could just be how it is out of the bottle. Yeah, I definitely put cilantro in the name to this one. I'm one of those people where it tastes like soap. To me, anything with cilantro. I would go Wild Cilantro. Wild Cilantro Sun. Or Sunlight and Wild Cilantro. Because I'm getting something that I do like about it that's kind of like this golden nectar-y vibe. There's definitely some bright citruses in the top, probably some lemon. You could just call it Wild Cilantro and Lemon Balm. You could also just call this one like Wild Child because it just has that earthy, organic feel to it. Yeah, it's cilantro and lime. That's what it is, to my nose. Wild cilantro and zested lime. Yeah, it's a prominent lime note. It's more lime than lemon. The more I smell this, I would go zesty lime and cilantro. It's really, really, really striking me more and more like a prominent lime fragrance. I don't know, I think I might call it the Limelight. Yeah, because I'm getting this golden quality to it. The Limelight. Final submission for day number 9. Okay, we only have, what? We only have 3 days left. I have found this really, really challenging and fun at the same time because I've never had nothing to go by when I'm smelling something. And it actually has caused me to be a lot more creative because I have nothing to work off of. You know, usually when they put a name on it, it at least puts some imagery to mind. And without that, I'm just like totally creative. And I love it. Okay, here goes day number 10. Interesting. What am I getting? There's a prominent powder note to this one that I do think is overdone. Yeah, there's definitely some fruitier notes to it, some citruses, and some different berries. I'm getting, I think, a fig note to this one as well. Wants to be kind of an upscale spa scent, but the powder's overthrown for me. Yeah, there's definitely some woodier notes to this in the base, I feel like. I'd probably go wild fig and currant with this one, but I do wish there were less powder in general. You could also go like forbidden fruit. That's what I call my fall candle. That's a combination of, it has like a fig fragrance combined with like a quince fragrance. So like a dark currant type of a vibe. Wild fig and currant, day number 10. Next, let's take a look at day number 11. 2 days left. My God, I'm so naughty. I did my whole advent calendar in 1 day for you guys. I was thinking of doing like 2 videos, but okay, here goes day number 11. Oh, interesting. I feel like I have smelled something like this before. Yeah, it's also a fruity fragrance, predominantly fruity, but in more of an upscale way, like more of a purplish way, more of a kind of cranberry way. kind of like a winter berry. You could definitely brand this year round though. I would go Winter Wildberry with this one, or Wildberry Winter. I am also getting kind of a strawberry note though too, but definitely it's red in color, like a deep red to purple, and has a lot of different berry notes. It's actually, as it dries down, really coming together. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. But as this dries down, this is a very sophisticated like currant fragrance. There's probably some apple and some other berries to it. I mean, it almost has like an absinthe kind of quality. It's a winter berry. Okay, we have 1 day left, you guys. I cannot express how much I have enjoyed this video. A huge thank you to Lark for sending these. It's not sponsored or affiliated, by the way, but I'm so excited to be able to participate and to be able to share this with you guys. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Okay, here goes the final day of the Advent calendar for me. Day number 12. Ooh, okay. This is one of my favorites. I think. What am I getting? Okay, this is a summer one to me. This one could go, it's very subjective, I feel like. Wow, this is a really sophisticated, almost like sunscreen to my nose. Dare I say that? But it's actually also could go as like a black cardamom and cream. Yeah, black cardamom and cream. You could equally call this, well, I was going to say like tan lines, because it has almost like this exotic spice coconut vibe to it. But I feel like it's black cardamom and cream to my nose. This is a very, very luxe smelling, more of a winter fragrance, but it has enough of that exoticism like you could get in a very, very, very fancy like dream sunscreen that you could even call this like tan lines. But I do feel like that would restrict it more to summer branding, when really it's a rich, I would say, winter spice, warm vanilla fragrance that has a sophisticated exotic character. I would go black cardamom and cream. All right, you guys, well, once again, a huge thank you to Lark for sending over this Advent calendar. I hope I did it correctly. I have no idea. I hope you guys like some of my names. I came up with all of them in one cut just on this video. You might see it chopped up a little bit because I was sitting here for like 5 minutes thinking about it in a few instances. Well, not that long, but maybe like 30 seconds. I cut out some of that time so you guys wouldn't have to listen to that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these Advent calendars by Lark before. I think this was really a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light. And I'm wishing all of you happy candle making. I'd like to take the time to thank my patrons for their incredible support.
Trusting your instincts, realize that knowing looks different to each. When living authentic, do more exploring, deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore. Silence the noise away from the program, removing performance, true self, all that's standing. Live free from worry, live by just being, power in finding your wholeness in now. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire.
authentic at all costs and never lose your spark, because that's what makes your brand uniquely you. I'm rooting for you, and I know you have what it takes to be successful and to have fun with this craft. Until next time, happy candle making.